Yo, Breezy.
Yo, what up, dog?
The 49ers have reported for camp. We got pressures to talk about. We got news to talk about. And some people who showed up, even though they didn't think they would. You ready to talk about it?
Let's do it.
Yeah, y'all. Breezy, man, what's going on with you? How you doing today, man?
Rah, like a dungeon dragon. I'm doing good. Camp is back, man, you know.
Yes, sir.
Support.
It is indeed. This is gonna be a fun time of year, man. No more of us sitting around. I know I'm lying. I would say no more of us sitting around making up stuff to talk about, because we're gonna do that too. That's who we are. We naturally.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But then we can get back on track. You know, this is good, where that we got like a little bit of a guideline or something to stick to, you know. And I'm excited about that, man. So listen, the Niners have reported back to camp.
Mm-hmm.
We got some controversial stuff to talk about. We got some non-controversial stuff to talk about. And I still want to know how your day is going. Let me see the gear. All right, we got to do a gear check here. Hold on. We got to do a fit check. I got to see what my man, is that CMC over there? Let's give my man Wayne the full screen. Hold on. What that? Oh, wait, I got to get the brand thing off. How do I take that shit off?
You go to brand.
There it is. CMC. Okay. I see you. And the fit. Hold on. With the little lip right there in the middle. Ah, look at this.
Hey, man, and you can get this T-shirt, okay, on twben.com/shop. All right.
Let's go, baby. TWBEN.
This may be one of the ones we might end up putting on sale, because we're going to enter the new season with a new design. So we'll see what happens, but go get it. Go get it.
I like that. That's hard. That's hard body karate.
It's still a cheat code.
Not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna discuss the pressers in this one unless you have a specific question you want to go over. But
I mean,
John Lynch's hoodie.
We could talk about the pressers. You can fully break them down, which you can catch on the Nothing But Niners Patreon. But I think we can discuss. I mean, that's the latest. You know what I'm saying? They talked about some stuff, sort of.
But did you see John Lynch's hoodie?
I did see John Lynch's hoodie.
Fire.
It is fire. First of all, John Lynch is fire. Okay? Yeah. I still think John Lynch thinks he could play football right now. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I think
he looked like it.
I think he does. I think his mental is like, I can literally go out there and take your spot.
It might be a bad thing. I don't know. But
I think that's a good thing. I think that's why players like Malik Mustafa get drafted, because when you're in the room and you're having a conversation, John Lynch is talking to you more like a football player opposed to a general manager, and that probably is what sells. You know, you can kind of be yourself in that room. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it. It makes sense, man. It makes a lot of sense. So let's go ahead and get to some of the news of the day. All right, here we go. I'm about to say my Twitter app is doing some weird stuff right now. My X, it's not even an app. I don't care. So let's start here. I bookmarked some things from this guy I know on social media. I think his name is Wayne Breezy.
Ah, man. How do you bookmark? I got to learn how to do that. Do you just hit a button?
Yeah, it's you know how it's like retweet. There's a little paper, like a banner.
Wow.
That's a bookmark.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the bookmark, sir. And that way you can save stuff to refer to later and then just take it out. That's how people get their receipts. You know, when they be like, oh, back in 2023, you said that.
I was quiet. I was trying to figure out how people get receipts so fast. I thought they might like type in keywords or something and then see if stuff
so they have bookmarks. And then once you start bookmarking, they have lists. So you can do like Wayne Breezy bookmarks only. Wayne Breezy negative. Wayne Breezy.
So somebody can create that from my stuff?
And they create the list, and whatever they click goes into that list.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So, he says here, you say here, 49ers wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk will report to training camp despite ongoing contract negotiations, according to Rap Sheet. Bomb graphic.
Thank you.
Wayne Breezy, man, this is a big deal, right? Yeah.
Huge deal. Because it was two scenarios for me, right? It was either BA doesn't report to camp or BA reports to camp but holds in. And I think that's what you're going to get,
So we don't know how it's going to work out, but he's there.
Of course
First
not.
half is
right. So he's not going to be there. So he's going to camp. The question is now, what will he do in camp? So for those that don't understand the contract negotiation situation, Brandon Aiyuk's under contract for $14.1 million on a 5th-year option this year, right? I think we beat that to dead horse or whatever. And as far as like security and all that type of stuff, I mean, he was guaranteed the 14.1. So I believe if he misses a training camp day, it's about $15,000 a day of camp. And that's kind of like how it averages out. And then if he misses a game, I think it's like $100K. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, so, and I don't think you can work the game money back into the new contract, but I think you can kind of finagle the practice money in there somewhere.
Well, so I do recall the NFL giving teams the option now of repaying certain fees, but they also have it's an option. Keep that word is important.
Oh yeah. The team, right. But the team chose to use that option on the players under contract negotiations so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we can keep that smoke, like we can keep that consistency. But the good news is he's there, right? At the end of the day, he's there. Now, what is he going to do there? I mean, I think he suits up as far as some shorts, and I think he gets the treatments.
Aiyuk is coming to practice, man. He's coming out here to play. We've been trying to tell y'all all along that he's just going through the regular contract negotiation rules of engagement. This is negotiating in 2022 and forward. I'm sorry, it's what it is. We start with a couple random tweets saying, look at what I did, followed by, hey, I'm taking all of that team stuff off of my social media pages, and the last resort is requesting a trade and the threat to hold out. And then you show up and you go out there and you chill. This is all par the course. We have seen nothing any different. Robbie Gold, Debo, these guys did it.
They all got it, though. Gold got it. Debo got it. Mm-hmm. They got their extensions.
They did. So here's my question.
Kittle got it.
Kittle didn't hold out or request a trade.
I don't know. He didn't request a trade, but he also, he held in. I don't remember Kittle practicing. I don't think I cared. Just like I don't care if Brandon Aiyuk doesn't practice.
That's funny because with Kittle, we would just assume that he was nursing something. So we wouldn't even know the difference.
That's what I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No shot. I love Kittle. Don't y'all start with me. I love Kittle. That was no shot at all. But this whole thing got me thinking, man. And, I blame a lot of it on our group chat, damn it. And I hate bringing this here without anybody to defend themselves. But, Wayne, can I ask you a question? As a collective, which group of people are more important? Hear me out. Trent Williams, George Kittle, Brandon Aiyuk, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, let's say Diamador Lenore, and Nick Bosa.
That's
take
a large
those
group.
Take those 9 and then just swap BA for Brock Purdy. What do you think the Niners value more? If they could keep that whole core together, but if you put Brock Purdy in.
Oh, they're going to value the quarterback position more, though.
But do they value that quarterback position over those 9 names? Because if you put Brock Purdy in, aren't you going to have to lose one or two of those other names?
Possibly, but I think you do. So the thing is, you always the quarterback's going to always outvalue any other position on the team, depending on how great they become, how good they are, all that good stuff.
On a one-on-one.
On a one-on-one. I think, and then money-wise, too, because quarterback money is larger than any of those other monies. I think it's quarterback, tackle, defensive end. Them the 3, right? And then it's called luxury. You know, in basketball, it's called a luxury tax. You want to keep this team together, you're going to pay some fines. Well, that's not in football because they have a salary cap, right? The NFL is trying to prevent teams from doing this, okay? Because back in the 90s, when the Niners won that last Super Bowl, and then the Cowboys won the year after that, here comes the cap. Like, I literally, like, the NFL was like, nah, son.
Yeah, y'all can't keep doing this.
Jerry Jones had bread. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, yeah. And so they already knew where Dallas was going.
Of the nine players I named, including Brandon Aiyuk, here's what I want you to do. Subtract 2 and insert Brock Purdy and tell me if it's still worth it.
I kind of like, I don't think I'm understanding where you're going with this.
Because if the hang up right now is dollars and cents,
I don't think
the hold up is because we have to.
Is it dollars and cents though, or
Purdy.
Is it dollars, cents, guarantees, language?
We don't know that. We just know dollars.
I'm just
and
saying
cents
we don't know that it's
right
dollars and cents because everything everybody told us, we don't even know if that's true. The Niners, people keep saying the Niners offered $26 million. We don't know if they offered $26 million.
I never believed that rumor.
No, I know you didn't. I'm just saying that's what the number is.
Saying, yeah.
Yeah. So now everybody's assuming the Niners offered $26 million. The Niners could have offered $28 million, and then he was like, "Hell no!" But we don't know.
Right.
Or the Niners could have straight up lowballed, and we don't.
But play along. Play this game with me. Play this hypothetical game.
I'm trying to understand the game.
Here's the game. Here's the rules. Okay. I named the 9 people. All right. It's everybody but Purdy. All the star cornerstones.
Okay, so we got to omit Purdy. But why'd you bring in Purdy?
Purdy is not there. Wait, hold on. But Aiyuk is there. Now, here's the rules. If you pay Aiyuk, you might not be able to pay Purdy. But that means you let Aiyuk go so Purdy can get his contract, but you got to lose 2 other players. What 2 players are you going to let go of?
I think I look at the players.
To Aiyuk?
Okay, so I think I look at the players that are aging, and so that might be like a Kittle. I think the value of Trent Williams aging. I think the life expectancy of an offensive lineman is longer than a tight end, and so I think that the Niners, Let's just do 1-on-1. Let's just do Kittle for Aiyuk. I think you can get you'll get a better block. No, because you get a better blocker downfield, right? You get a better blocker downfield, and you get the yards. You still get the receiving yards, right?
But Kittle's money ain't Aiyuk money, so I don't. That's why I said I want you to just pick 2 players.
But Kittle's money was up there. Let's not act like it wasn't.
It's $15 million. He's making that now.
Yeah, but then that was a big chunk for the tight ends at the time he signed that contract. He was the number 1 paid tight end. Wide receivers are always going to surpass that money.
Almost twice as much.
Right. I mean, because they're wide receivers. But the Niners aren't in the luxury, in my opinion, like these other teams are when it comes to wide receivers because they have these 9 guys, these other players that you're talking about, right? Like the real question is like, how can they do it? And I feel like they can. The question is, will they do it? I feel like the Niners can do whatever it is they want to do to make this team be this team and have who they want here.
Okay. You hated coloring the lines as a kid, didn't you?
I sure enough. I mean, I probably didn't for a while.
Okay. All right, let's get back.
Back to that $26 million. I don't remember BA confirming it was $26 million, but I remember them saying that on the Pivot podcast because that was the number that they were told.
Right. They said 26
million.
They
said 26 million.
He didn't like the team talking about the numbers publicly.
But he never said that it was 26 million. He just went along with what the number that they used. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. He didn't refute it. He didn't say yes or no, that was the number. He just said, I don't like the team leaking information about the
You ever burnt your taste buds and you just was mad?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you rub your tongue on the roof of your mouth?
I'm trying to get them back. Like, I'm trying to get them back as quickly as possible.
You ever try to bite the tips of them off?
I've been doing that all day. Like, get off, burnt. Like, off, burnt.
All right. We also heard from 49ers GM John Lynch on the Purdy situation. So
You think they get exclusive clothing from Nike? Because
yes,
I need
I
that
do.
hoodie. So I'm gonna need Nike to
Always,
fix
we
themselves.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to do that. Go ahead.
Because consumers, since Nike doesn't want to sponsor us, consumers will spend money on stuff that they like. And it's crazy. And they get that stuff for free, don't they?
They do. So I don't know if you know the red sleeveless hoodie I got.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I went all the way to California for that because it was only available in the team store.
That's bullcrap.
Because it was a 49ers training camp exclusive at the time. So then when I saw that they had it at the team store, I went there. Now I don't know if they probably eventually released that joint worldwide or whatever. But Nick and I went all the way out there and found that joint in the team store. I was so happy. I'm going to the team store for this hoodie. This hoodie that y'all can't see it right now because of how small it is, or maybe y'all can see. I don't know,
hoodie's fire, and it's crisp. Know what I mean? And yeah. So I'm gonna need John to run that hoodie straight up.
Yeah, that's pretty. Oh man, all right. So let's hear what they have to say really quick about Brandon Aiyuk.
Like I said, Brandon's a big part of this team, and we expect that he will be going forward.
John, do you know yet whether he'll practice once he reports, or whether
We expect all our players to practice.
John, last year you gave us an absolute that Bosa would not be traded. Would you make that same statement about Brandon?
Well, Kyle and I always, we kind of, I did say that with Bosa, and I felt that way. But I think again, no absolutes there. We fully intend on Brandon being a Niner moving forward. We're always open to listen to things. But like I said, we expect Brandon to be an integral part of our team like he has been, and excited about that. Like I said, Brandon's a big part of this team, and we expect that he will.
All right. Your thoughts, man. Anything to take away major there? I mean, just more standard.
I mean, a lot of people are going to probably try to pay attention to John's body language, and a lot of people are probably going to talk about the fact that he didn't do that with Bosa. Again, let me just remind you, there are 3 positions you're not going to have this worry. You're not going to think twice about: quarterback, defensive end, and left tackle. But the Niners don't ever draft. They just don't draft linemen well. So they traded for Trent Williams. They ain't looking to move on from him until he's ready to call it quits. But they did draft Brock Purdy, which is their quarterback, and they did draft Nick Bosa. And so those positions are those specific types of positions that they're going to look to make sure that are the pillars, of their organization moving forward. So those are not, what the word is for them guys? Those positions, non-negotiables. It is non-negotiable.
I knew you were going there.
I knew I was going to go there.
On everything, I knew you were going to say non-negotiables.
I know you did.
I don't know how though. I don't know how. We don't. All right, never mind. It's cool. We just cool. I like that. I like that, man. It's my man right there.
But I really do believe that they want Brandon Aiyuk here. But I believe they have a number, and that's the issue. Now the question is, what's the number? We don't know.
I've heard that they wanted people here before, man. There's
only one person that you heard, and that was DeForest Buckner.
He's a long-term part of our future plan, which he was, by the way. They flipped him for another 6 years of production from 2 positions,
and they also didn't draft him. So don't forget to add that part into the equation.
You think that matters?
Absolutely, it matters.
Let's talk about that.
That's
that matters.
Absolutely. Now, had DeForest, hear me out. Had DeForest been a defensive end, this is where the position matters. Had he been a defensive end and been a top defensive end in the league, I think they would have made sure that they found a way not to trade him, because that's one of those non-negotiable positions that you move on from. But because he was just a force in the middle, they felt like they can get more from the versatility of Eric Armstead at the time. Because at the end of the day, they pay Eric Armstead, bro. So let's not act like he ain't get paid.
But they didn't pay Armstead Buckner money. Let's
They
not
they
act
pay
like the money
they,
was.
they pay Armstead pretty big money, but it was a versatility money because he played two positions. So basically, the Niners go after versatile pieces because they get the pieces back at a discount. This is why we talked about Deommodore Lenoir and how he should not want to play nickelback. He should want to focus on being an outside corner because at the end of the day, the Niners are looking to get a better bang for their buck, and they're going to be like, well, hey, man, you took the majority of your snaps at nickel this year. You know what I'm saying? And you were great, but
Right.
this is what nickelbacks are getting paid. So at the end of the day, like these versatile pieces, yeah, they're great to have. Even Debo. I don't think Debo wasn't paid top receiver money, but him coming off of the season that he got, it was a lot of money, right? Even though he's not a true number one wide receiver. But he's definitely a weapon of versatility that Kyle Shanahan, when healthy, can utilize to his advantage. That's what it is. So those guys get what you call prime. They get prime real. They get prime time money. They get money. They get the option. So the question is Brandon Aiyuk that type of a player? Because he's a pure receiver. He's a pure number one. He's a guy that I feel like you can count on, you can go to. If you had to target him, good luck trying to defend him man-to-man, one-on-one. It's not happy. He's winning, right?
See, you say that.
I feel,
I don't want this to be the Brandon Aiyuk show, but
It's okay.
we don't. But do we know that? Do we know that to be true?
Oh,
what
we
you about
know
to say?
that. He beats
I don't know if
man
we know that.
coverage, bro. You can't go back to the Super Bowl and be like, oh, it was his work. Because I can count 10 times he was wide open. I can count 10
sure.
times they didn't throw him the ball. And two of them
sure.
was for touchdowns.
For absolute sureness.
And that was
Yes.
against O.J. McDuffie, All-Pro, and L'Jarius Sneed, All-Pro.
Can he do it down in and down out? Now here's what pisses me off about this conversation. I don't want you to answer because Kyle's never going to ask him to do it down in and down out. That's not Kyle's scheme.
It's not Kyle's style. It's not his style either.
Right.
But when the defense forces the quarterback,
that's it. The quarterback ain't wired in this system.
I
when
disagree.
forced to do that.
I disagree. You're wrong. Because Brock did it 3 times last year and got cussed the fuck out. He got cursed all the way out. He got cursed out so bad he was scared to do it again. And if he would have did that in the Super Bowl, doesn't mean he's not wired to do it. He's wired to do it. He's just being
the
obedient.
system isn't wired for him to do that. Even
The
when the play breaks down and call for him to do that.
I thought you said that he wasn't wired to do that.
Oh no, it's in him. He's a gunslinger. I think Brock Purdy's biggest restraint here is, hey, I can't let this thing rip into triple coverage like I would like to normally. I think I could fit this ball in that window. I think I got my guy on him, and my guy's going to beat him, and I want to go there. But Kyle's system says, no, you take this one right here and let us run for 89 yards after the catch.
Mm-hmm. It's so funny, right? So when you look at Brandon Aiyuk, you think about the value that he adds, and I think they know that. I think they know that they're a better team with Brandon Aiyuk, but the Niners, as a team, as an organization, have to be prepared for life without Brandon Aiyuk.
So funny.
George Kittle said it the best. He said contract negotiations are like wearing braces. But once you take them junks off, everything is great. But it sucks while you got them on for the whole time you got them. And under these contract negotiations, it's going to suck. It's going to suck. It's going to suck. It's going to suck. I hate that I used that word 4 times, but that's how and that was a kind of like a dope analogy. But when you get them off, it's like, braces was the best thing that ever happened to me, man. I got a dope smile. My teeth are straight. They're no longer crooked. You know, gaps are fixed. Gaps are plugged. And so that's what that's what this whole thing is right now. And I just feel if it comes down to the wire, that's when Kyle intervenes. We've watched them do it, though. I'm only saying that because we've watched them do it.
We'll see. Here, all I'm nah, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna save it for later. I'm not gonna say it now.
Got to check that out on the Patreon. Make sure you guys check that out on the Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon might be going down tonight. If I don't have another show to do tonight, Patreon might be going down tonight. We did get the injury report, the pre-camp. I don't even want to call it pre-camp. Like, camp is here, right? Like, we got the camp injury report from this guy again who's shit I've been bookmarking. His name is Wayne Breezy. If y'all don't follow him on Twitter,
the way you curse is so smooth.
The Wayne
way I
Breezy.
curse is so harsh. You ever notice that? Like the way
you say it emphatically, like you put emphasis on it.
I try not to. I don't mean to. I don't. Okay.
So how is it different then? Because I feel like mine just comes out like a regular word. Like,
yours
I
is
can
a
say
smooth
shit
thing.
the
It's
same
just
way.
like right. I don't mean to put the emphasis on like those words. They just sound harsh.
Yeah. It could be. Yeah, I don't want to say that. There could be a very, very good reason for that, though. I'll tell you off the air.
Okay.
But my man Wayne Breezy, the Wayne Breezy on Twitter, says here, the 49ers have started their camp with several players recovering from injuries, and they have been placed on the PUP or the NFI list. PUP, Dre Greenlaw, Talanoa Hufanga, and Drake Jackson. NFI, Ricky Pearsall. Now, anything on this list anger you? Anything on this list surprise you? Anything on this list give you anything to talk about at all?
I mean, the Drake Jackson, he had the surgery, so it was pretty obvious that he was probably going to start on the PUP. You knew Drake Greenlaw ain't playing, right? So I expect him to go on IR. So I think that's interesting.
When did Drake Jackson have a surgery? Because I'm getting tired of this. I'm
had
tired
the
of us just
surgery
having to sit here
after
and be
the
like,
season, so it was after the Super Bowl. So now he's just recovering.
Wait. This dude was inactive for all them games and waited till after the Super Bowl to
Yeah, I
get
mean,
the surgery done?
I think you try to see if you can. First of all, Mike, you don't want to have surgery. Like, you want to see if your body can naturally repair itself. That's the key.
Okay. January 10th. So it was before the Super Bowl.
It was before the Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, like, you're still trying to see if your body can do it on its own. I think they might have looked at the timetable on the possible return, and then they went ahead and had the procedure done.
Because, and that's kind of my point. Like, technology, we're so smart. We know what these injuries are. We know what they aren't.
Yeah, good point.
Right? We know the timetables for return and all that stuff. Yo, like the day Brock Purdy got his UCL surgery done in that arm, they were like, well, if everything goes according to plan, he can start throwing week 3 or week 4 of preseason. And guess when he started throwing? That's how advanced they are. Why the heck did Drake Jackson wait so long to do this? And he ain't do shit the whole end of the year. Do you know how many games Drake Jackson played last year without looking it up? Because I don't. I know how many games how many games he didn't produce.
Was it 3 games he played in?
He played in 8 games.
He played in 8 games. He started.
He played
a game.
8 games last year. And like, dog, I feel like
so you underwent.
He didn't play a single game after week 9. Why did he wait so long to get
Mike,
this surgery done,
there's a lot to a lot. So look, man, like, there's a bunch of reasons and questions that you can kind of like ask. Why? I think my theory is, and he's recovering from a knee injury, everybody, for those that don't remember what the injury was. Now, and Drake Jackson was not a first round pick, too, by the way. Like, let's just make that clear. But like, at the end of he was the first pick for the 49ers that year, though. But at the end of the day, like, it could have been something to where, like, it wasn't as serious at the time, and they were trying to allow it to heal on its own. It's not like he tore ACL or MCL and required surgery right then and there. I think you allow certain injuries to you know what I'm saying, to kind of like fix on their own. That's my theory about it, as far as the surgery, if that makes any sense to you. Now, as far as this whole Drake Jackson situation, a lot of people might feel like they're over it. He's injury prone. See, I disagree with. I think it's part of the plan. I think this is part of Kyle Shanahan's plan. They drafted a kid that was super duper raw, that had freakish athletic ability, and he needed to get right at some point. And I think that's what he's doing. I think he gets right. But I think in time, like, I can't even tell you if he's playing enough to have like these accrued seasons, man. Like, look at this draft.
Is that what this is? Is this just a hope that he's a stud and we're just gonna hide him and
then he's not gonna cost you that much money
and save money? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. The same thing.
That's
with
trash. If you're the Niners, that's trash.
It's not trash. It's a way of staying great. You got a guy that's learning in this system that's going to be you already see he has the ability to get to the quarterback. He has the ability to knock the ball down at the line of scrimmage, right? He had one game. He had a game where he produced, right? It doesn't matter, but he had a game where he produced, finished the game with 3 sacks. That means he has the ability to do it. Is the consistency there? No, because he's still young and getting into the game, right? So the question is, you shelve him. They did this. They're doing this to Danny Gray. This is that draft. If you go back to this
we
draft,
did it.
If you go back to this draft, he's coming off of a surgery. Danny Gray's coming off of an injury. TDP is gone. Samuel Womack, I believe, is in this draft. He was injured. Think about this draft.
We did it. We analyzed this whole draft class and said it was the worst draft class in the 49ers history, other than last year.
Only because they've been
last
injured.
year, not the one.
Only because of injuries. I'm telling you. So you got to give them time. You still have time on their contracts to give them time. Does that make sense? I think that's what it is.
So, yes, if you're looking at it, out of 2 years, he's played a total of, 12, 13 games or something.
So when it comes down to contract negotiations, the Niners get them a buck, and then he comes out on a season where he's trying to play for a contract, and it ain't going to be able to do much because Drake Jackson's not going to be able to give you 25 sacks a season to where he's going to command all this crazy money. And now you get a guy that's been in the system, that knows the system, that's going to be able to give you something, and he'll be playing for a second contract. It's
25
unfortunate.
games out of 34. 25 out of 34. So you're right. He's played more than I'm giving him credit for. It don't feel like it.
Because you're not getting the production you want from a defensive end.
See, but I don't necessarily care about the production. I think the snaps are more valuable than the actual production. When I look at his last 2 games, I just told you
Mike,
he played 8 games. He didn't get any defensive snaps.
If he played, let's say he played 10 snaps and got you 20 sacks. Don't ask me how.
Okay.
Okay, let's say he played 10 snaps and got you 10 sacks. So every snap he played, he got you a sack. Then he got injured.
Now Niner fans are out with pitchforks saying, "Hey, we need to see more."
Right. So so my point, the production matters. The thing is, he's playing these snaps and he's not consistent with the production. But then when you look at this defensive front, they haven't been consistent.
Okay. Yes.
Come on, that's got to be fair.
But I'm not the typical Niner fan. I'm saying I still need to see more. I don't care what the production is.
Oh, no. I get what you're saying, but Mark.
And with the inconsistencies from the defensive line.
That is not true.
Happened?
You better not bring.
I got to get out of full
Mark,
screen.
that kid, we can't mention his name. That cat came in with 2 torn ACLs. He talking about Tankerity.
Family.
Listen, I don't know what possessed this
Corey
Florida
Lemonnier.
State.
That's who this kid is. This kid is the new Corey Lemonnier. Y'all probably don't even remember him.
I remember Corey Lemonnier, and I'm glad you got the name right.
Aaron Lynch. What about him?
No. He's not Aaron Lynch. Nah.
Okay. So, boom.
Even though they wore the same number. I like that, though.
I'm trying. But I'm just letting you know, like, this is untapped potential here. With Tank, they kept fluctuating weight, making him bigger, smaller.
Because he was a 3-4. He was a 4-3 guy. 3-4. They were weird. Where do you want him to play it? Do you want him to play at the end?
Right. We were 3-4 at the time. He came from 4-3.
4-3 for Florida State.
Right.
Yeah. So, hey, no. We're not gonna have to be fair. Drake Jackson, his whole collegiate career at USC was the same way. So when he came into this 4-3 base defense, he came in flip-floppy, out of shape, in shape, out of shape, and what position do you want him to play? And
They want to know why he got a bad knee.
And I think because of that is why he's struggling. It's unfortunate because you thought you can go off of talent alone and he could stand out. And that's why I said from a talent perspective, this kid has the talent. He has the best bend on this team from an edge perspective. Pause.
We could put a rubber band out there, but if he on the sideline, don't matter how good he could bend.
I understand that availability is your best ability. I'm not gonna argue with that, bro. You're 100% correct.
Oh snap! I didn't know y'all could see my screen still. Hold on, let me. I don't have any other bookmarks because I clear them out after every show. So when you go to the bookmarks, it's all that's here. But still, oh yeah, but I should show you that. See, so you can go to bookmarks and you can create a new folder.
Oh, that's kind of
cool. I can say Breezy's
is an asshole,
Breezy's,
and then that would be your
Breezy's
thing.
Jerk tweets.
Mm-hmm.
Pause.
I
Right,
don't like
but
the
any
word
tweet
jerk,
I see
though.
you being a jerk, I could now add those tweets to that bookmark set.
Great movie.
Folder. So
Got you.
yeah. So I just got these in here for this show, and then I'll take them off for the bookmark. So that's how I do it, though. But yeah, man. So all right. Any other takeaways from anything you heard today? Nick Bosa doesn't like the Steph Sanchez imitations. Did you hear about that?
He said he was annoyed.
Does that mean he likes it to you?
I don't know.
Have you ever described something that annoys you in a positive way?
I don't understand Nick Bosa sometimes. It's like I don't get him. I mean, I get him, but he's weird.
True. My last question for you, and I have nothing else before we go home. Why did Kyle give his mustache to Nick Bosa?
So Kyle took the mustache off because he didn't want it to be a distraction. Those were his words. And then
he addresses it?
Oh yeah, and then
God,
gave it.
I can't wait to do my.
And then gave it to Nick Bosa
because it's going to be less of a distraction. Because now Nick Bosa look like. Never mind. Yep. Yeah.
He looked like Ron Jeremy. At the end of the day, all I'm saying is the stash was dope because I thought Kyle was going to be about business this year. But now maybe Nick Bosa will be about business.
He was a little lackluster last season. His words, he didn't say lackluster, but he was not happy with his performance. He was not happy with his performance last year.
He was trash. He was not the standard of Nick Bosa. He knows it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, he still got his double-digit sacks, though, but it's not. It wasn't the Nick Bosa standard. But I think he came into camp in a weird shape, like a weird shape.
Yeah. 2% body fat instead of 0 type of shit. Like he was just.
I don't think it was the body fat. Sometimes I think it be the hit workouts, the conditioning. Like it ain't about the body fat. I think he had the strength. I just don't think he was agile enough. He couldn't move. He ran out of gas.
Mentally, if I'm being honest with you,
that's a good point.
I don't think he was there mentally, man.
It could have been that.
And I can't wait to do these breakdowns. I'm not going to say nothing else. I did see a clip of him talking about getting back to the Super Bowl and all that stuff, and I don't like that talk. Oh, I'm gonna tear his ass up on Patreon.
What?
I'm gonna tear
wait. Who? Kittle?
Nick Bosa. No.
Oh.
No. They asked Nick Bosa, like, do you ever sometimes think like, man, like this is our chance, we're never gonna win one now? And he was like, yeah. You feel that way after the game? Like, if we this was our opportunity.
All I know is he got the stash on. He about his business this year. I'll leave it at that.
If I'm gonna credit Debo for not getting the haircut and shape ups and stuff and coming about his business,
credit Nick Bosa for not shaving
credit
the
Nick Bosa
stash.
That's why we was crediting Kyle. But yes, we all on the same page.
So now Kyle gonna be back on the same bullshit. Damn.
We got to find something about Kyle to make it be a distraction. So, because that means he do have his ear to the streets. He tried to act like he don't listen to Twitter and social media,
bro. Exactly.
But we made that a big deal. And
Kyle
like,
too hip not to be. Talking about he ain't watched the receiver, but it's like he took. You know how I'll ask you a question and then I'll ask the same question to the next person on the panel. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's the same answer." Nah, nah. Don't say my son watched it. You watched it too, bro.
Right.
You was all in it.
You sat in the room with him with your son, seeing what they had. He featured on the show. Of course, you watched it.
He was, and Kyle was in it. Kyle said some things in there.
Yeah, want us to not be crazy.
how am I supposed to stop being crazy? How? 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 How am I gonna stop?
Okay. I know you said she was crying. That looked like a different drip.
We out of here. We out of here. No team is safe when the Niners are on the prowl. I'm Mike. That's Wayne. And this is No Harm, No Foul. Peace.